Ah, there he is, the man of the hour.
What's up?
Hello, everyone. Say hi to
Oh, here he
Gclef.
is.
Wait.
Okay. Wow, look at all that. Look at all the
Yeah, the
art
Epic
he has behind
7
him.
art for like anniversary stuff.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
Okay. All right.
Took me some time, but I made it.
Okay.
Maybe
Okay,
we'll just have this up.
I think we can begin, guys. I explained it a little bit, but let's just, for the YouTube or anything, like let's officially call it. So this is Low Rolls episode 2 featuring myself, Canna, Jenazad, and Gclef. Before we introduce the guests, let me just introduce the podcast format, which is basically just a
normal
an hour
podcast?
to 2 hour. Yeah, like an hour to 2 hour basically like conversation. We're going to talk about things relative to E7, but we're also going to delve a little bit out of E7. We're going to talk about Gclef, some of the experiences, maybe some gacha, and we'll see where the night takes us. But yeah, you guys know me. I'm your host for the podcast, of course. And would you like to introduce yourself, Jenna, while Gclef moves stuff?
Jenazad. I was on the last episode. I'm on this one too. I'd say that's about it. Also, I'm restreaming your stream, Canna.
Okay. All
I'm stealing your content.
Perfect. Okay. And Gclef?
Oh, yep. I'm Gclef. Hope you guys know me from E7WC. It's been a really fun time. I just woke up like 20 minutes ago and took a shower.
Oh, I see.
I might be less filtered today compared to usual.
That's
so I don't
fine.
know what's gonna happen.
You don't need any filter.
So let's see.
That's the point. That's the point, right? So part of the reason why I wanted to do a podcast like this, not to like delve into a topic, is because we had New on like a week or 2 weeks ago, and I want this to be more unfiltered. Like, give your actual thoughts about like how you feel about things. Obviously, if there's
Smilegate's not watching.
Okay. So Smilegate's actually banned from this show, right?
Yeah, we banned all of their accounts, all their sock puppet accounts. We banned their mods.
Okay, they're all IP banned for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
No VPNs.
Yeah, they're all gone.
Yeah, it's not clippable.
Yeah, not clippable. Delete the mod.
Don't put it on YouTube either.
Yeah, this is a hidden conversation between only us, just us three here.
Yeah.
Okay, I will make sure of that. Okay.
Okay, but yeah, so of course that's Gclef, that's Jenazad. So the first topic I have that I think is probably the most obvious conversation for us to have are thoughts on the E7 World Championship. It's a little late, but I don't think the three of us specifically got to talk about our experiences with it. So let's first start off though about the E7 World Championship format, and we can, I guess, start off with Gclef. Did you feel like it was too long or too short, especially on the Korea side, right?
Look, if you want me to kind of represent like the Korean community, I can, but I'll just talk in my own opinion about the format and how long it was. It was way too short. We need E7WC every quarter, guys. At least like 1/4 of the year should be covered with esports.
Wow.
Like, maybe even have like one every season of RTA towards the end. I think it's actually totally fine. They don't actually need to make. Of course, they did a fine job making it very long and about like 6 weeks. I'm sure you can actually schedule it correctly. Maybe even make the season a little longer just to keep the esports schedule on point. Along with the tournament, how great would that be? Like have like 2-3 E7WC every year. I think they can certainly pull that off if they actually want to do so. I'm sure they have a lot of people working on it.
You just want to get hired for 1/4 of the year. No, I'm kidding.
How the heck did you know?
No, but no, that's an interesting idea. Like, but compared to other things that you've had to do you think that Smilegate did a good job with it? And like, how was it, I guess? Because you've done a lot of this. It's your job.
Yeah, some people think that I work for Smilegate, but I actually don't. I'm just a freelance caster, and I actually just paid my freelance tax towards the US like a week ago. So that basically sums it. And comparing to other esports, they do have seasons. Like one for summer. Let's say LCK. If you guys ever watch League of Legends, from Korean side, it's basically one summer, and then there's like an MSI, like a big global in the middle during summer around August, and then there's a regional around September, October-ish, and then they all travel around the world for the global towards the end of the year, like November-ish, which is a set format for League of Legends, which is one of the biggest games in esports, and a lot of games, a lot of global content, a lot of global esports were made like that in comparison. And I think Epic 7 could actually do the same. It doesn't have to be the same, but that's like the format that every esport seems to be sort of copying in terms of schedule.
Okay, that's kind of interesting, actually. But you do just kind of want like the same thing we had for the World Cup for E7, but just more throughout the year, kind of like a League of Legends schedule in a way. Then
instead of once, at least twice, I think would be ideal. Maybe spread around the regional and the actual main stage a little bit more.
Okay. So to go a little deeper about it, because we talked kind of broad strokes about like, obviously I think we should have another kind of tournament. I think tournaments are one of the most exciting things that E7 has to offer, aside from when they release new units and people are excited for that and giveaways. Do you think that the weekend only kind of format that we had is something that they should change? Like, do you think having it during the week at all, or maybe instead of, just on like Friday, Saturday, like we can go Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or something like that? Do you think that would improve anything in terms of the format, or be more appealing to an audience, or do you think people would watch?
Either you guys can hear, Jenna, your opinion on this first.
Okay, well, obviously viewership is pretty good, especially because of like drops and stuff like that, right? The live stream got up like a crap load of views. It had like how many? I don't know, 8,000 or something people watching it. I don't know. It was a huge amount, right?
Yeah,
and I feel like a lot of people got really excited about the game as a whole, maybe from those kinds of things, right? Not just because of the drops, but also just like people getting really more interested. It feels like a more real game having that kind of stuff. It feels more official. So I think that it's a good thing, but I also think at the same time, it's kind of like it's almost a joke that pay-to-win gacha game would be like an esport type thing, right? Especially with the absurd amount of RNG and other things. So I feel like a lot of it will never be taken seriously. It's just not possible, right? And anyone could just discount it saying, but it's pay to win, or but it's a gacha game. And instantly nobody cares, compared to like League of Legends, right? Where it's like only skill would matter. So.
Okay. So how about, well, this isn't quite the biggest elephant in the room, but I think kind of a common complaint that I heard from the community was the time when the matches happened. Especially from
you say the community, just Europe. Okay. Everyone else was like, all right, and then Europe's like, bruh.
So it's been like that, right? Even I remember comments from last year's E7WC, and they just bad times for Europe's. Ha ha ha! I guess we just have to wake up like 3 a.m. in the morning. Those were the comments I still remember to this day.
Yep. Every single region is always like this too. It like every game, I mean, it's always caters towards Asia and the US as best as possible, and then Europe it's like 3 a.m. or something.
I think that's actually the reason why we only do Saturday and Sunday. If we do Friday, let's say it's always at the same time, and it's been like literally noon in Korean time when we start. So like Friday noon, like people will still be working. So I think that's the reason why there's no Friday. Instead of Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it was only Saturday, Sunday to mix up the time zone. And if we go into Monday, that's even worse that's, I guess, better for EU and NA, but worse for Korea time and Asia time. So I think that Saturday, Sunday was like the ideal solution. But 3 in a row would be the best for the viewership, I think.
Yeah, I think they also took way too long. I think most people agree the World Cup felt like it was spread for like 2 months, right? And you lose all the excitement and hype and stuff like that, and so people were just eventually like, I don't care. I'm here for the DNL emote, right? And yeah, I think that's a bit of a problem sometimes.
So you touched on that, Jenna, and we will get into a later topic about rewards, so I don't want to go too much about, the rewards and what we thought about it. But the actual, I think, biggest controversy that came from the E7 World Championship, in my opinion, was the best of 5, the final, or essentially what happened was Yunduan, despite winning, going through winners final, and not dropping a set at all, in grand finals was not given a second match to, or basically given a second, like a bracket reset, since he would have had advantage from winning through the entire upper bracket. So the question here, of course, is do you guys think that an extra best of 5 would have taken too much time, or what do you think the pros and cons of playing out another set in grand finals would have been?
I think they absolutely should have. I think that everyone would have been fine with it. It would have been more exciting as well. I've heard some people say, but that's how some formats work of this thing, but I've never seen that before. So, I mean, I guess most fighting games have this, where you have the bracket reset, and it feels like it makes sense. Otherwise, what's the point of, winning every single game compared to losing one? It's like, you get no benefit. I don't know, the other player already lost. I mean, by that metric, you may as well just have it, whoever loses instantly gets knocked out of the tournament then, right? And that would be more fair to the winner, actually, but that's kind of how it felt.
What were your thoughts, Gclef?
Yeah, I kind of do agree. I'll actually share a mini episode. So I was also pretty sure that there's a bracket reset, maybe a week before the actual grand finals. And then on the morning, on my way to Smilegate, of the morning of, I think, the Sunday before the final weekend, I call one of the staff just to make sure we have a bracket reset, right? And then the guy says, I'm pretty sure we don't. So and then I was talking to the person so that I could find the best timing to kind of drop the bomb, because everyone thought it was going to be a bracket reset.
Yeah, what the hell?
When do I actually say it so that people are not as mad? Because I was pretty sure that, especially after, because I think our finals was 2 weeks after Evo, and Evo just happened 2 weeks before. So everyone is thinking there should be a bracket reset. It's supposed to be like that. The huge tournament just had a bracket reset with that double elimination, exact same format, and then we did not. So I knew that it was going to be somewhat of a hot potato, and
yeah, I feel like most people weren't happy.
Yeah, it was really, really hard for me to even deliver to you guys and also to the audience. And I knew it was going to be one of the controversial topics here. But I do think, Phantom with his cat buff, I do think he was still going to win with an extra best of 5.
Yeah, I agree.
But there was on the roll.
There was actually a question here, Gclef, for you. Did the players have knowledge of there not being a reset? Do you happen to know?
Yeah, they had the rule book.
Okay. Someone asked, and I wasn't exactly sure about it. I know that Jen and I were not in constant contact with the players at all, so it kind of we weren't too unsure. But I guess at least to clarify, they were aware of the fact, which still doesn't really detract from, I think, kind of a bad taste of winning, and then the winningest player doesn't get a second try, right?
They had the same record in total, right?
Yeah,
but the
rulebook, I believe, was available on the official website for everyone, not just for the players. That's actually where I got the rulebook from. So remember the special website that we had for E7WC?
Yeah. The special
if you scroll
website,
all the way down, I think it was right there.
Okay.
I would say that Smilegate has a little bit of trouble capitalizing on hype sometimes and understanding that kind of stuff, I feel like, especially when it comes to some of those streams. I was actually shocked they even revealed stuff at the end of the stream. I thought they weren't going to, because in the past they They seem to like to not reveal stuff when everybody's watching, and then just make some stupid stove post out of nowhere, and then everyone's like, "What the hell?" So I kind of expected that, but it feels like they took this a lot more seriously and did a much better job than like the last World Cup for sure, right?
So speaking of Smilegate and some of the, I guess, the better things that came out of the E7 World Championship, we can shimmy over a little bit over to production, which I think was probably their, I think it was probably the apex or the shining moment.
Part, yeah.
Yeah, the strongest part of this whole tournament. So we can go like bit by bit first. Gclef, as someone that was actually there, what did you think about the 3D and augmented reality aspects?
Dude, first, remember the days of like during the group stage, like we didn't get the cool AR, but they were mostly showing the Korean stage with like a really cool AR with them on the stage with the casting desk. I was just sitting on like a pleb desk. Of course, it didn't show on the camera. Yeah, with the CG on the back with the green screen, and you guys just right next to me. And then on the main stage, like the week before, they called me like, "Gclef, can you stay for like extra 25 minutes? We need to test some tech stuff." I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And then they give me this jacket. Am I even allowed to say this? Okay, the jacket has like some type of sensor on it. So and then I go in with the jacket, and then that's how they like censor me whenever I move somewhere. So they know exactly where I am, like X, Y, and Z.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Because they have sensors all over the place.
Huh.
It's really, really cool. So first, it's super weird. Like you're alone, and the space is actually huge. Let's say, at least like 8-9 meters by 9 meters. So that's like, how many feet is that? Like 30 feet times 30 feet.
Oh, it's basically like a room or something.
Yeah,
like that,
yeah. It's a huge room with this green paint on it, and it's really weird for you to go there alone. Of course, talking to you guys certainly helps, but you're physically alone, and you're like somewhat pretending to be like you have all these stuff next to you. So the first few days it was kind of awkward. Like I have to like act at the same time ish. And then you get used to it, and then you see how cool the actual production is on screen. You only feel that after a couple of days. And then everyone was tagging me, even some of the friends that has no clue about Epic 7. Like some of my real friends from like US and South America, they're like, "Dude, like you're on stage with like are you okay?" They were asking me. Like, you're all digital now. Are you okay? You're made up of zeros and ones?
What the hell? What are they, like, super boomer? They're like, "You're in the computer." Oh my god. Yeah. I thought they would be like, "Whoa, you're with all these, like, hot anime women. This is crazy." It's so cool. You really I always knew you'd make a Gclef.
Yeah, like, one of my friends, wanted me to, like, can you actually, like, touch the characters, like, physically? Like, are you that dumb? It was actually like one of the. I've been in esports about like 6.5 years now, and it was certainly in terms of like stage appearances, it was certainly the coolest with the latest technology so far.
Really?
Yeah.
That's actually pretty interesting. I guess they're really taking it very seriously then.
So moving along, what did you guys? Well, I guess I could maybe go first on this topic, but topic I kind of wanted to go into that was also I think kind of relevant. Especially for the E7 World Championship, was staying awake, getting up, or having to go to Smilegate in your case, Gclef, right? Which was, I think we all had varying levels of difficulty or ease when it came to these things. Obviously, I didn't have to commute, but it was at a pretty late hour for me. So personally, my experience was that every day except for maybe the day where we had to do the Europe and Japan stream, where it was like that 3-hour break where we just had to like go right back into it with that random delay. That was pretty painful. I was pretty much, I think I was kind of glad that they weren't showing our cameras on screen. I I was really hoping that.
Connor, were you going to sleep in the middle of the cast?
You know, like
He totally was. He was so quiet.
yeah, and I was like,
I can sense everything, man. I've been in broadcast for enough, and if you're not talking for the next 10 seconds, like okay, he's not making it today.
No.
It was, like,
It was me and Jenna towards the end, man.
I would talk and wait, and nothing would happen, and then I would just keep talking, like, over and over, because
I pick it up right after, and then
Yeah, I
I
was
try
just
to
like,
ask a question towards Cannaaaa, but it seems like he's almost dead, so I
like,
just throw out the question, and then it's back to Jenna, and then back
Okay.
to me, back to Jenna. Like, where's Cannaaaa? What happened? Like, did he
Nice.
drop out? Or something?
Okay. It was a mistake to not just take an hour power nap. But to be fair, like, because we got super amped. Because I think, what was it? Which one did we do first? Was it Europe first or was it Japan? I think it was Japan. Well, they had kind of exciting matches where I was like, oh, crap. Like, this is kind of crazy. Like, this guy, like, threw the match away by, like, you know, using Rem S3 instead of S1ing where, like, he didn't kill. I think it was that Phantom match. And I was like, so my blood was rushing, and I was like super excited, and then
Excuses.
not excuses.
Yeah.
It's just now
Yeah,
like 3
I
hours
don't
of
know,
downtime. But okay, anyways, what was your experience, Jenna? How'd you feel about it?
Dude, it's normal stream time. It was like there's nothing to say. Honestly, you know what was really nice about the World Cup is it felt like a vacation. Just like not actually streaming and just being able to, I don't know, I felt like I could take it easier for some reason. And so I kind of liked it. And yeah, it was a great experience, honestly. And I had no issues with staying up or anything because it's normal stream time.
yeah.
I'll like someone else.
Listen. I didn't mind it. It was just that one day where I was like, oh man, 3 hours. That's kind of weird. But okay, how about you, Gclef? How was the actual commute?
Oh, the actual commute
Yeah.
to Smilegate, it's not bad, but I can't say most, like 1 out of 5 of the entire population in Korea live in or around Seoul. And where Smilegate is, it's like if Seoul is right here, it's right below Seoul, so there's like an hour 20-minute-ish commute for me one way, and one way back. That's almost 3 hours.
Yeah.
I think I woke up around this time, which is like 8:30 a.m. And then I go take the metro. I had to physically be there by 10-ish. So it was quite a commute, but I'm on the hottest stage with the VR
hottest
technology. I just have to be there. Like I have Bellion right next to me all the time.
Within arm's reach.
Yeah, that was
The
your
commute
motivation,
was
huh?
pretty easy, especially because where Pangyo is, it's a district where all these like super big software game companies are. So there's like I think Nexon is also there. Nexon's also there. Like NC Soft is also there. Some of like huge buildings. They actually created this district for them to come in. So during Monday to Friday, there's a lot of traffic, but Saturday, Sunday, when I'm on the bus, there's like no traffic in the morning. So it was actually like without the traffic, not bad, not too bad.
Oh, that's good.
Okay. So moving along again, how I kind of have like a thought, and it's kind of like a suggestion or something I think that maybe they should do for the next E7 World Championship. You guys can give your feedback, how viable, how unviable you think this was, but there were some other recasts, right? Or I guess there was some co-streaming from the other regions for the E7 World Championship. But something, and I think you'll definitely see this more so from, I think, from content creators like Xander and Samu, and especially I think with that kind of the non-English speaking like communities, E7's gotten kind of big, right? Especially with, I think, I don't exactly remember what the name of the streamer is who I think brought a lot of...
The Spanish community?
Yeah, the Spanish community, like the really big Spanish streamer. I think there's a lot of people watching, like...
Epic 7, I mean, it seems to have a good Spanish community, but Epic 7 is huge in, like, Brazil, for instance. Like, it is a huge Brazilian community, I think.
I never knew that.
I think it might be, like... I think it's the third biggest region. I think it's, like, America, then Korea, or I guess global, then Korea. And because, like, people from all around the world are on global server. But I think it might be America, Korea, then Brazil.
Okay, time to learn Portuguese starting tomorrow.
Yeah, I guess so. They just
Yeah.
had an in-person event actually in Brazil for Epic 7. And so like there were a bunch of people there and stuff. So that sounds kind of cool actually.
So what do you think? Rather, sorry, I didn't get to like fully. What do you think of them having more dedicated casts to these other regions, right? Even I think I don't remember who did the French, but I know it was E2. Was it E2 Ken, right? Did the Japanese stream, I think.
Yeah,
like,
E2 Ken.
Yeah, there were a few people that did them. Like, do you think that these other regions also deserve? Like, maybe I don't know how we would format it exactly, but I do kind of feel like, with the size of these communities growing, like especially the Spanish community, maybe there should be like another live stream, right? That's specifically focused where they also get casters, because there was the Korea one, right? And there was the global one, and then, you know, to be fair, or for gathering interest and growing hype around E7, maybe there should be one for the Spanish community, right?
And wasn't there one official for on the Chinese side? I think there was one official.
like-
we just have no access to it though.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
I think
Maybe it wasn't even on Twitch.
I think there was. It's not on Twitch because they have their own
It might
broadcasting
have
system
been
over
like
there.
Billy or something like that.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right.
So
Yeah,
official,
I
I
mean-
think it was English, Korean, Chinese. But there's a lot more languages, and maybe for next year they can certainly get the.
Oh, Cheeky was the Chinese one.
Yeah, Chalky.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's too much to say for this though.
Yeah.
Overall, be nice if they just spread E7 around a little bit more.
Yeah. And I do have a bit of a comedic break, I think, here, which is
Okay, you're sounding too official here, Canna. Just ask the question. Just say
Alright,
that.
That's
Alright,
not how
alright.
you cast and run the show.
Okay,
Canna.
okay. Let me
Let
unbutton
me-
this
let me
shirt.
take
Mr.
over.
Robot, can you
Canna,
actually be a human?
I'll take over right here. So Gclef, when you're on the set and stuff, like, was there like what was kind of going on there? Like a lot of stuff that we didn't really see, right? Like anything fun or interesting other than just like wearing the suit?
So, are we sure that none of the Smilegate people is actually watching the show?
they could be.
I mean, you don't have to do the NDA stuff, you know what I mean? Like you can just say what you want to say, you know.
So, like one thing, and even even Shotgun was actually telling me that I had the mic taped on the
Yeah.
side of my face, and people could see that, and some people were like DMing me, like, dude, like, some people were like DMing me saying, dude, we can see the tape on the camera. Like, can you not have the tape? It's bothering me so much.
Wait,
Really?
it's bothering
through
them?
the
like
makeup.
who's like, oh, it bothers me that there's tape on this caster's face.
Yeah,
Wait, what?
yeah,
That's
because
such a...
we actually had shots of just my face, and eventually zoomed out. But for the opening, sometimes it actually had just my face basically on the camera, and I guess that bothered some of few people.
It looks cheap, I guess, right? Having just like a piece of tape on your face, I guess, for such an official thing. You're in the suit, nice suit, and all that, and like,
Yeah,
and then you just
so-
have tape.
And then the mic was also there was this long cable that went all the way back into the production side. So whenever I move around, like they're like, so the producer is telling me to like, okay, act natural, like move around, walk around the stage, like, and then there's this huge cable right next to me. So if I step on it or like go behind it or twist it, I can actually fall down and break the entire thing, and sensors off the jacket will actually come off. So whenever I move a step, I'm like, okay, Clef, are you sure you're moving the right way?
Yeah, so
Okay.
a lot
And then
more
whenever
work
I
for
go
you.
back, and I feel like kind of, if you really paid close attention to my legs when I go back, I am like making sure that I don't step over the cable. And that's been done, I asked, because of a lot of sensors. If it's like wireless, the mic and the audio could actually be like maybe distorted by the amount of sensors there are on the set. I think that was the reason why, but except for that, everything was actually really cool.
Also, just like, so we actually talked about it, but Same Way, right? So I think you were saying that Same Way is like getting some hate from people now, because he was on the official Korean broadcast as one of the casters, and Now he's become full Genshin main. And apparently lots of people are like saying he betrayed FX7 or something like that because I guess Korean community, you need a lot more loyalty towards stuff.
Yeah, it's that's certainly one thing. It's if the he just got married like a couple of months ago, I think we can be chill, but there's a big
You
difference.
did just too, right?
Yeah, I just got married last weekend, by the way.
Yeah,
guys.
last
not last
weekend.
weekend, like 3 days ago, like 9 days ago, the previous weekend.
Congratulations, by the way.
Yep.
Yeah, and by the way, dude, just to moving away from the question, I got this. I put it up on Discord. You can actually share this. I got I don't exactly know what the word is. I got a huge wreath. There's a culture in Korea, or whenever there's like a big celebration or someone passed away, you send this wreath to the actual venue to celebrate together if you can't like physically be there as a team.
Wait, did you say it counts for when someone passes away and when something happens?
When something good happens, yeah.
Wait,
whenever like a wedding or like some kind of celebration, they send.
Isn't that a little weird? Because it's like you kind of 50-50, like did something good or bad happen?
Well, I mean, anyone who's going there knows what happened.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone knows.
Like...
It's just to share the celebration or share the sorrow together as someone who's really close. You can actually show that.
Oh, I've frozen.
I hope there's a way.
Give me 1 second.
I hope there's a way to show that on camera. So Epic 7 team actually, in a surprise, they... And I was actually super surprised. I didn't even know that existed until the wedding was over.
Yeah, sorry.
And then all these people... all these
to...
tech issues. This is exactly the
my
reason
camera is
why
the
we
biggest
only
piece of shit I've ever fucking seen in my entire life. It's actually...
So we have the Mr. Robot cast.
It's only in
running the
Discord,
show.
too. That's the stupidest part. It's only Discord.
Look, we
that
get
it doesn't
double
work.
the Gclef.
It works at all other times.
So
Sure,
Gclef, do you want to tell everyone about the chopsticks that you bought?
The
I
Amazon
literally can't get
chopsticks.
this to work.
Yeah, that's guys. You might
man.
not know, but this guy on screen on the right top, this guy called Cannaaaa. This guy's a salesman. Dude, I thought I was a salesman selling a lot of cell phones back in the days. Dude, this guy can sell stuff. It's only like $2.99. Just get one. Then like, yeah. It only took me like 7 minutes to fall for this. So before the actual broadcast one day, he goes randomly, so Gclef, you know about this like magic chopsticks? I'm like, okay, first of all, that got me interested. Okay, what's that? Like, so apparently, this is Canna talking to me. Apparently, there is a huge audience of people eating snacks whenever they're playing the game or whenever they're on the keyboard on PC. So instead of leaving all the crumbs on your keyboard, you have this mini chopsticks that goes on your fingers. So you don't physically have to touch it and you can still eat it while you're using your keyboard and mouse. And then I looked it up immediately. It's like, oh, that's really cool. And then you showed all the videos and stuff. He almost gave me the link to...
Right? Like, they started talking about it, and I left to, like, eat or take a shower or something. And I came back, and they're still talking about it, and Gclef has purchased it. Like,
and by the time I'm like...
it, and they're still talking about it. I'm like, what the hell happened?
My
like,
dad actually eats a lot of snacks, like, on keyboards, so I should get one for him. It was only, like, $4.99 with the Prime shipping, and then I just bought one. Like, 7 minutes. I'm pretty sure Canna got, like, 40% of that.
I did not. I
Did you use discount code Canna?
I am not sponsored.
No, I think I clicked on the link that had his name on it already.
Oh, okay. It like has his face with like his arms crossed or something like that, like a little link below his stream.
Wait, you guys are okay. People are asking, does it work? I mean, yeah, it works because it's a pair of chopsticks, and you maneuver them with like your finger, right? And then lets you clamp onto something, and then you eat it with the chopstick instead of your hand. Because, okay, at least for me, I don't really like it when, like, my mouse gets dirty or, like, when my keyboard or any of these things get dirty. So then, if you're still hungry, though, and you want to eat stuff at your desk and you're not, like, you don't want to go move outside or get like a bowl. Even if you have a bowl, right? Like you still have to go like wash your hands.
Okay, okay. This is really not that big of a deal. All right,
It is
you're
a
like
big of a
literally
deal,
trying
though.
to sell it right now on stream. You're actually
Okay,
sponsored. That's enough. That's enough of this. Stupid
My point is
chopsticks,
that
all
it
right?
works.
So here's the other side of the thing. My dad actually came to Korea for the wedding, and he told me about the review of the final product. So here it is. He used it like 4 times, and it's been in the trash ever since. Boom.
Okay. All right. Looks like next time we can find a better pair of chopsticks. But why don't we talk about the rewards now? Huh? The E7 World Championship rewards, I think, were a lot of people's incentive.
Yeah.
To
charms and leaves for watching. We get the DN emote, 5-star ticket, artifact, all that kind of stuff, right? It's all good. I think everyone's happy about that, but like, yeah, should we add more? What do you guys think? Do you think that the charms and leaves are not good enough?
Oh, are we just talking the daily reward?
Yeah.
Or overall, as in everything? Daily reward,
Well,
I think there should have been more. Like leaves, it's cool, but I know a lot of people has like hundreds of leaves just stacked up. I'm sure when the background battling comes, that's how it's gonna go. But still, too, it's always good, but it's like, so if you're getting a yogurt every single day for free, like, do you still want the yogurt for the special days when you're going to a party?
Yeah,
So
that's
that's
kind
the
of
thing.
It's the same thing as normal, right? Like, we get leaves for everything.
Yeah,
like,
it
anything
doesn't-
happens, we get leaves. Yeah, I guess that's kind of true. Maybe they should have something like, as you watch or something like that, it would build up a total thing across all the days, and then you would get, like, bigger rewards as it goes on, maybe.
Now, if you
I don't know.
if you pay about 700 skystones more, you can get extra stuff on top of that.
Yeah, there's an
How
extra,
about
you,
that?
you get the special pass, where you get extra rewards if you watch the whole broadcast. Wow.
So
No,
the
that'd be
thing about it too, though, is that even if we don't want to like change the rewards that much, I still think that like at the end of every week there should have been like a special, like a kind of different thing that incentivizes you to at least watch that weekend, because it felt like it was like until the very last weekend it was just charms leaves, and then like the last 2 weekends it was like, oh, now you get the 5-star artifact thing, like you get this, get that. I feel like it just kind of like it made the viewership very end of week heavy, or like very end of tournament heavy, which is always going to happen obviously because it's the finals. But it felt like viewership when you compared it like side to side, like when people would join in and stuff. I heard from a lot of people, like anecdotally, that no one would, they'd say like, oh well, it's only the quarterfinals or it's only the group stages, I don't give a shit, I'm gonna go to bed because it's a bad hour for me. I think even we talked about it briefly how like EU had it bad, but so many people were still like, I'm not staying up until like 1, 2, 3 a.m. Like that's just not worth it
They
for
were all
me.
lying. They were all watching the game.
They
They're just saying, "Oh, frenzy night. I'm
That's
going
it,
to bed.
I'm going to bed.
They're
I'm
gonna
out."
sleep." They're all lying.
So were there any rewards that you guys would have so Jenna, you said you wanted more rewards, or like you wanted to change it up a
Dude,
little
I
bit?
don't like, just give summons, just give bookmarks.
Mm.
Bookmarks is the easiest way to get people excited about anything. Everybody wants bookmarks. Doesn't really matter where you're at in the game. Giving somebody like 2 greater charms is just gonna help them upgrade an item that's gonna brick anyways. Nobody cares, right? So I feel like summons is the easiest way to get people in the door, and that's always exciting for anybody.
Emotes too, right? I think.
Well, yeah,
people
but they
really
can't
said-
do constant emotes. But yeah, give us emotes. Also, they should make it so that the emote doesn't only last 24 hours, because so many people got screwed or just didn't really know about it because they barely really advertised that part. And
Yeah.
I don't know. They should really.
The drops. I think there should be an upgrade for the drop system, because I was always on the broadcast. I actually had to go home and do it every single time, so I couldn't actually watch the official stream every single day. Tuning into other streamers, it was okay, but the system, especially there, I'm pretty sure there are people who just disregarded everything else and just got the DN. And when it actually came to the time where it mattered the most, they didn't know how to. Because the system can be somewhat somewhat distracting. In
Well,
terms of
redeeming the rewards was bad too.
Yeah,
It wasn't very good. Everyone was having troubles with it. People were like, you needed like an instruction manual for people to understand what to do, and they had to get like their membership number and like all sorts of crap just to do such a basic thing as redeem your reward. So
Yeah, and so like I think personally, I definitely found that a lot of people asked me that, or like how to redeem the site or redeem the rewards from the site, and the drops too were kind of weird, especially how they interacted with Twitch. After we like kind of settled things out, it was like mostly fine in terms of redeeming, but I don't know if it happened for you, Jenna, but it was like the Twitch drops thing. We can't even control it. It just says like drops enabled, and then I didn't even sometimes know when it was enabled and sometimes when it was not. And then...
Yeah. Well, I mean, what would happen is it's like, yeah, you assume that the rewards are working. You have to ask your chat or something. You're like, hey, are you guys getting the rewards? And then like one person would say, yeah, I'm getting the rewards, and then one guy would be like, I'm not getting the rewards, and you're like,
yeah,
well, god damn it, like what the hell's going on?
Yeah, for the people who didn't get it, they get frustrated and they keep on asking.
And then they get their reward, and then they have to claim their reward. Okay, fine. And then they have to go to a website to claim the reward that they just claimed. It's like, who made that? Like, it's so stupid. Like, there should be so many ways to fix this, or like just make it better, and just make it so you type in your username. There can only be one person with each username, so just make it so you type in username. Why do I need membership number and all this other crap? It's like a bunch of fluff that you have to like look into your account and stuff. I feel like it just frustrated people, and it was just bad design. And I think there's probably a lot of ways to improve it. So,
okay.
Yeah, for the drops, I do want to say, the charms were okay, but I felt like there should be a lot more variety. Like maybe some runes if you really want to. There's also like gifting system. Like they said that they put that into the system instead of giving like straight molas. We have this friendship system for a reason, and I think there should have been.
Wait. That's such a cop-out thing, though. It's just like. Friendship
but at least you're using not as, but there's. I actually use a lot of friendship stuff because I keep on running out of molas. Instead, I think that's like a mini mola version of gifting. Gifting your characters.
The last anniversary, the one before the one we just had, they had like this round table thing where all the people were talking about like the rewards they're gonna give the community.
Yeah, so I actually asked before the tournament, and I wanted to be on the show.
Oh really?
Yeah. It's like, can I actually be on the show along with who was that? I think Daniel was the guy from the Smilegate, and then can I actually be on the show like off the side? Like I'll be pushing him, like I'll be like controlling him from behind, like so we can get more rewards. But maybe not this time. So we didn't get as much. That's what I'm
like.
saying.
One of the things they were like is like, can we add some Molagoras? And the guy was like, I don't think we can do that. How about we give you friendship stuff instead? It's kind of like Molas because when you get friendship that's such a cop-out thing, right? Like, that's such a everyone wants Molas, and the friendship thing is just such a band-aid kind of thing. It felt like, and they're just trying to like subvert it. Like for instance, I have Kayron's S1 and S3 maxed. You know what Friendship 10 gives me? -2 on his cooldown for his immortality. Like, there's so many situations like that, too, where it's just like, it just feels like such a scam. I don't know. Molas are 100 times better than friendship stuff.
Yeah, or there could have been a lot more like consumables. Like there's a lot of different sets. Even if you still open, you don't get the perfect equipment anyhow.
Yeah, like the 85
I think
equipment.
there should have been a lot more variety. We have so many items that you can still give out, which won't buff your account.
The potion of ascensions too. Like they didn't. I don't think they
gave.
Yeah. Like I don't think they gave out that.
Potion could have been cool along with the unknown slate. Like there could have been another potion.
There was some good rewards.
I will say to kind of tack on to that, Mark, about like friendship for a second. I know not everyone can do it, but I think especially because a lot of people have been doing Banshee more recently, I definitely feel like friendship isn't nearly as bad as it used to be, because you can run friendship as like the 4th, and some people will do the 3-man. But even with that not being the case, I definitely think that I've at least heard from a lot of people that actually laugh at me because I used to be so bad with friendship that they used to do the NPC arena with friendship, and they put on like the artifacts, and it wouldn't be too bad for them. And so I thought that, you know, I thought I was going crazy, but apparently there are actually a lot of people that do have friendship 10 already, and I'm just not friendship farming. But I do kind of want to talk about it, Jenna, because it's something that I think you were definitely impacted a lot about, was that as casters, we weren't able to live stream the cast.
Yeah, you know what? It annoyed me at first, but whenever it comes down to it, I think it didn't matter. Masha was saying, like, yeah, it's probably, like, it'll be on the broadcast, it's probably fine, but yeah, I know it's really annoying, and I was annoyed at the time, but you know what? The broadcast was good, and then after I just streamed, and I felt like it all worked out. Even though I couldn't stream during the
actual
during the
cast
broadcast,
itself, yeah.
I think it was totally fine, actually, in the end.
Okay.
I was wrong.
I mean, that's fine then. Not really my hour, not really going to be streaming at that hour anyway, so it didn't really impact me. And Gclef, I mean, I know that Gclef streams, by the way. I've tuned into Gclef streams, and we're going to talk about it.
He's built at least 2 puzzles on his on his live stream.
I was running a lot of Wyvern and just building puzzles. What you see behind, that's the final product.
But so final remarks, I guess, about the E7 World Championship. We talked about it like through, you know, on other streams, whatever, we talked about it anyway. But what was your favorite moment, I guess, like from the entire thing, everything collectively? Like, what did you enjoy the most? Gclef, you can go first if you want.
There were some epic fail moments of epic quiz, and that was, I think, the hardest part for me, when everything exploded and the chat exploded and my mentality exploded. Maybe not you guys, but for me to actually run whatever is happening on the screen, oh dang!
And you have to explain it to everybody.
It was like the worst feeling. And then on my way back home, like, was that broadcast actually worth the broadcast? Like, was that a plus or a minus? And then before, because I didn't know that it was going to be gone next week, and then I said, oh, next time for next week, I'm pretty sure it's going to be better prepared for everyone, so that you can actually get a lot more done, a lot more quizzes, so everyone should be having perfect quizzes on like 100% connections. And then we ended up not having it, so I was like, okay.
Hey, honestly, we got better rewards. You did fine. You only had so much information available. I think you handled it fine, right? Smallgate they can't get their quizzes right. This is like what, the 3rd or 4th quiz or something that's
done.
Been canceled
After
or leaked?
this,
Oh yeah, I think they're done.
They will never have epic quiz anymore.
I don't know why. How do they leak the answers every time? It feels like the most basic thing. Do they have like inside men who are like leaking stuff to like people? Like, I just don't get it. They need to improve it, I guess, or I guess just remove it and give people stuff. It's kind of a shame. I thought the quizzes were fun, but
so it's you guys know about the Discord? I think we're allowed to say it because everyone knows that Discord, it's been out on Discord as an image, right? All the questions and answers. Like, was that during the quiz or was it like right before the quiz? I remember seeing that image.
Right before.
Yeah.
And there was another leak on the Korean side of the community. I think because we had a lot bigger of a production and a lot more people working on the project, it was leaked in the middle for some reason.
So you have a
not all the answers, but some of the questions. So
That's
I think that
weird.
really needs to be locked down.
I don't know why it's so hard to do such a basic thing.
I will say, you know,
it's because if the quiz is live, like live, then that doesn't happen. But I think it's because it's pre-recorded videos on different languages. It can definitely happen.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think. All right, I mean I think the quiz was pretty bad, but I still don't think anything was as bad as like when it had to be, what is it, the 1st or 2nd quiz where they said everyone had to type in that Discord channel. Disastrous.
Oh my god.
That was might have actually been
Discord, and you have to type things in. Like, I remember they had this. One of the quiz things was like, they would ask a question, and the first person to type it would get it or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
like,
so it's
no
just
way,
a fastest
man.
typer or whatever.
Maybe
would just
I brought up
instantly
that topic.
I mean, it's okay. It's okay. But
yeah.
But how should we make it instead of the quiz? Like, what would you rather have?
I don't know. I don't know, dude. What I think the quizzes are fun, but the way they just gave us
Uh-huh.
like 5 to Mystics or whatever, I think everyone was happy.
Yeah, at the end, everyone was happy, but I think they were really trying to think of a way to include everyone, because as we said before, like the European times, they were all sleeping, and that's the reason why they also did like an after quiz, right, to get everyone involved at least. They're always thinking about the big picture.
Yeah, somebody in chat actually just said like also the lowest stream delay mattered for that other one
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Connor was talking about. Who some people were able to answer the question before we even got the question, and it was like, what the hell is
Yeah, exactly. They, like,
Oh,
it's
frozen
a
again.
nice
Perfect.
idea, but it's just because I do think that interesting stuff like that, you know, like more creative rewards and like them using some of their creativity for once instead of, again, like as you guys mentioned, just giving. Are you talking to yourself, Gclef?
No, you're talking, but I'm just
No, I'm saying like you're
providing
like kind of
entertainment.
waving it. But yeah, I definitely think that going down the creative route is not bad. Like I know that the quiz itself did not wasn't done successfully, or it wasn't very successful, but I definitely hope that this doesn't deter them from trying to do creative things in the future, because I still would prefer that. Oh, I would still prefer it over, you know, not having, like, they just like, okay, here's a stream with like 5 leaves, right? Like I think that's really like uncreative, like unoriginal, like very.
Dude, my camera's on. It's just not working.
Oh, is it?
Like my camera's on and I'm here. I'm
no,
moving. Why isn't it on stream?
No, you got it. There you go.
Oh,
Okay.
there we go.
Finally, thanks.
How about you, Jenna?
Yeah,
What,
Gclef was just in my room.
what was your favorite part about the E7 World Championship?
Oh, I mean, I just enjoyed the games. Like, I don't know, it was just fun. I think there were maybe too many breaks for some people. I think it was too spread out. But I think that the games itself were good, especially like, I don't know, some of the Asia server and some of the... I think they should have really streamed certain games that they didn't. There were some players knocked out, like no one even got to see like KJ play a single game, right? And like some of the people knocked out in global server and stuff. It's just like, what the hell? Like who chose the, like, do they not know about a lot of these people? Like why did they choose these people compared to some of the others? It felt really odd. So
yeah.
But I think
they
I like the game.
expected them to make it out of best of 16. It must have been that, and that's also the reason why maybe they wanted to show other players instead. But the best of 3 format, starting with one band, didn't really work in huge favor because certainly until now, and the first band has a lot of advantage still. I think that was the reason.
So I definitely have heard Jenna's thoughts on it, but since the last time we've talked, something that got announced, Gclef, was the shoe skin, and I'm curious what you think about.
Oh, are we having the skin now? Okay.
Yeah. What do you think about the shoe skin?
So we're having the cat shoe skin?
Yeah, it's cat.
That's what I saw on the interview.
Skin.
So like cat's going to chase the rat or something? Like
I guess she's gonna wear a cat outfit. I don't know. I'm kind of worried. It might suck.
I hope it's not like Kitty Rengar. Well, I mean, we can talk about it, but like Kitty Rengar is not like a super great cat skin. But that one, I think is like one of the worst.
As long as it's not Cheshire Cat Crow, like I think I'm fine.
Like, because I think the shoe skin that we have now is like super well designed. She's cute. It's got the winter feeling, the warm, cozy feeling.
Wait. You like Shoe's design?
Yeah, I actually like the shoe cream. Yeah, it's not too bad. What's wrong with it?
Jenna, you have any thoughts about the shoe character?
Dude, I hate Shoe. I think she looks awful.
Okay, all right. So you know, I guess Gclef gave his thoughts on why he likes it, right, Jenna? Why don't you like it? What specifically do you not like about Shoe?
I think she just looks awful. Like especially in her splash art, like she has little like buck tooth and like the hair buns look so weird. She looks like, I don't know. She looks like a baby. I don't.
Exactly why they created Shoe like that, to throw you off.
Okay, but you know what the worst part is? She looks like this little baby. Dude, according to the lore, she's like 16 or 17 years old. What? They look like they're like 8. I don't know. That's so weird. Maybe the skin will make them look decent. Also, I don't know. Hearing her voice lines too. I don't know. I'm just like that character. There's something weird about him. I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you, Canna? What do you think about Shu?
He's a huge fan.
I don't think
He's a huge rat fan.
Okay, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't think her design looks like atrocious. Like my eyes start stinging when I look at the character. But I also don't think that I would ever pick this character like on a list of realistically, if she wasn't meta, I'd never play this character. Like never, not at all. But there's other characters I would like give a try to the character. Like Araminta, I think is kind of cool. Like I like her design, even if she's like shit. I'm still gonna try that character. Shu is just like I don't know.
Well,
She doesn't.
let me
appeal to
just
me
say
at all.
this: there is no coincidence between the fact that I saw nobody using Shu except for players from Japan for a long time. Let me just put it that way.
And then she got buffed, right? Or like they got added to the E7,
Yeah.
like to the the total.
It
the
is
global,
no coincidence that, of course, of all regions, the Japan players would be using Shu.
Yeah, but it's fine. I mean, we have this many heroes, and we can actually have some of the older heroes. Like, if you ever play Diablo, we can have like Deckard Cain, some of those like Cain action. Like we need a lot more variety, I think.
So you want older
To me, it's totally fine.
So, wait. Oh no, wait. Don't we kind of have older characters? We have like Closer, we have Charles, and then.
Okay, we can maybe in the future have the Queen, like Diane's mother, I think, right?
No, that
She's
is
in the
Diane.
story.
That is Diane.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
older Diane.
Is it just Diane?
Yeah.
Maybe
And,
we can have a different version of her.
I think
Diane
people
number
have
2
wanted
limited.
MLDN for a long time, but they don't make limited MLs.
Well, I don't know if they want MLD. I think there's a lot of characters that want like older, like adult DN. I think there was I don't know if you ever saw this, Jenna, but there was a lot of split ties or split feeling between Magical Girl DN and like MILF DN.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean, I
not
wanted
sure.
MILF DN, right? Like that. I feel like a lot of people want that character. I mean, there's so many, like the ML Luna and all that kind of stuff too. Like, there's so many characters that I can't believe Smallgate will spend so much time designing a character just to like never release
Yeah,
them
not to like
all the
use
time.
Yeah, it's
It
one thing
happens
to
all the time.
like. It's one thing
Just
to
wait
not
until
even
next
have them
year,
too, right?
where they drop ML every single freaking month, and you'll be
yeah.
complaining the other way, like I can't have enough Mystic medals for all these great heroes
no
that will
way.
come out next month.
I think Smallgate's found their stride in like how they want to do stuff, and I think they kind of have their like formulas down. Unless people start to really complain about a lot of them, I think they're kind of set. Yeah, Brynus is never coming out, guys.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from.
I'm sorry. That's just
So-
there's no way that's happening.
So
Yeah,
kind
I
of the
almost
last
felt
thing
bad.
I wanted to talk about. I talked to you guys about it, and I know you guys might feel a little differently about it, but I really like the championship ring that they added. Personally, it's an idea, a concept that I really hope they continue with. I know the frame is cool that you get, and obviously you get your name on like the little leaderboard or whatever. But I think having an item that everyone has is like,
Yeah, with your name on it.
yeah, it
And a
blows me
skin.
away.
And a
It's-
skin too.
Yeah,
I
that
think
too.
that kind of stuff is cool.
Yeah.
Being immortalized in a game is always kind of cool to have like stuff and you're like, that's mine, right? That's always exciting.
Yeah. What about you, Gclef?
Yeah.
You
I
agree?
think it was a really cool idea. Like first we didn't know that the ring existed, like and then randomly just one day we prepare, and then I think either Jenna or Canna, one of you missed it. During the rehearsal, we got to see this image. Like
missed
we go
it,
through
yeah.
It was
every
yeah,
single
yeah,
day
yeah.
before the broadcast. Guys, we go through like a tech rehearsal, so make sure like all the connections on and Jenna's camera doesn't freeze as much. And
Hey, it didn't
Uh,
really freeze at all during the actual broadcast, which was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
because you're only on like couple of minutes.
No, but
Time,
it wouldn't.
not the entire
It would
session.
freeze until it then would just not freeze for the rest of the broadcast. I don't know.
Oh yeah, and some of the times like you guys lost connections.
I got
Canna-
disconnected.
and then-
Canna just like disappeared like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah,
and
I
was
don't
like,
even know what happened. That was crazy.
the
I just
hell?
got disconnected.
And then I asked a question to Cannaaaa. So Cannaaaa, what do you think about the draft? And then there's like 2 seconds.
I
sure,
just
that's
disappeared.
done.
I was like,
And then Jenna's like, oh, so I think the draft is just totally off. And then like, where's
Yeah.
Cannaaaa? Because I can't. When I'm looking at the screen, I can't see if you guys are connected or not.
Mm.
And then
I heard the
look
Discord
at the
sound of him
messages.
leaving, I think, and I was like,
Mhm.
yeah. So we actually
Oh.
get the ring in like how many days? 3 days, I think. We get the ring, 2 or
Oh.
3 days.
That's pretty cool.
That's really
So-
cool. So.
Yeah.
Okay, is there any like final E7 related things that you want to talk about before we move to general gacha? Because I do actually, well, it's not going to be completely out of E7, but I have a very pressing question about Gclef.
Yeah,
that I
enough
saw
of
on the stream.
E7. Let's talk about the cool
Oh,
stuff.
can I say something else though?
Yeah. What's up? What's up?
Like, I'll be super honest. I was very disappointed with the amount of rewards this year. I really wanted to say that on podcast though.
Mm.
Like
Wait,
last year, I thought I was really like going back to the rewards. Like the foundation day was really cool, but I thought it was like maybe too long to get the rewards.
Yeah, it was like
I mean,
15 days
it's always
or
good
It
for
should have been
the
like odd once.
yeah, it's always great for the newcomers to actually enjoy and come in, check in every time, getting all this reward.
something. Mm.
But like if I was the chairman, I think there's a reason why I'm not I'm not the one making the decisions. It's the 4th year, right?
Yeah.
So, like, give us like at least
44
like,
molas?
4 stars
4
doesn't
times
matter
the
as
rewards.
much. 4 times 4-star selectors and like 1 ML 4-star selector. How's that? Like this should have been like at least
An
a
ML4
plus,
selector would actually be good for a lot of people,
right?
probably.
Like
Um,
because I never really had like Angel of Light for the longest time.
Yeah.
Like that could have been like really good. And on
Mhm.
top of that, like a lot of people are running out of gold. I know KJ uses a lot of
Oh
gold
my
for
God, I
sure.
use a lot of gold
They give
too.
And,
everyone
like-
4 billion
So
gold.
and like
Yes.
fourth, at least like 4,000 skystones and 44 molas.
Yeah,
So,
44
and then
molas is what
expand-
I
no
thought, too.
way they do
Extend
44
the
molas.
equipment slots to like 400 instead, and like 400 hero slots too.
Just 4 everything.
Yeah. I thought
Yeah,
that's
for everything. So so everyone knows. Okay, it's the 4th year. Like for
You know,
everything. Like
I kind of agree in a lot of ways. Is like they a lot of the rewards are just like, okay, so we get this and we get this and this, and it felt really normal, right? It's like
Mm.
a lot of the stuff like, oh, the free summons and things. That's stuff that we just get all the time, right? So it was basically just the login rewards from that thing, but it doesn't really feel all that special. It doesn't feel like, oh my god, there's like a huge event, you know?
Mhm.
It feels like, oh, I just log in and I grab my thing for the day.
Yeah.
And I guess that's kind of it.
I do
And-
recall like last season, like when they had that whole video, I was like, oh, because didn't they actually give us 33 molas during the 3-year anniversary? Didn't they say it was like
No,
I
they
think
didn't.
they gave us a lot of molas. Like in total, it was I think 20 something, maybe up
Wait,
to 30.
for what? Just
For the
the
For last
Foundation.
year.
yeah,
Really?
for foundation year.
Like
I'm
one,
pretty
you got
sure-
like
maybe
10
I'm wrong then.
molas, and on top of that, you got some extra. And then if you add it all together in like 2 weeks, you got like at least 20 something, I think, or maybe
Yeah,
even more than
I
that.
recall there being a lot of molas. That's why I thought maybe if they really wanted to, like, you know, kind of kiss ass to the E7 community, they could have done 44. I was like, oh, you know, maybe crossed fingers. You know, this would be a huge high. They announced FMA. Like, let's also get 44 molas. Like a bunch of. I think that would be
yeah.
pretty nice.
I think
Yeah,
it would have
man.
been cool if it was just more exciting. I agree.
Yeah,
And I think it was another chance for them to actually have another event, not just the Trinity event. Maybe
Mm.
like, because it's been like too long with the same events over and
Mm,
over.
yeah.
And I know we were
Kinda
getting
right.
background battling, and so I was thinking on my way back home, maybe like 40% energy like deduction for like 4 days, like for everything.
Oh,
Still.
that would be kind
Yeah,
of
that would be pretty sick, actually.
Yeah.
Like that's
You know-
actually not bad, right?
Yeah.
I will say one thing though. I kind of thought the rewards seemed a little tame as well.
Mhm.
And then you think about the competition, right? And you're like, Genshin gets 20 pulls.
yeah,
that's it.
that's true.
That's their
true.
anniversary. And I
That's
was
true.
like,
Really?
you know what? Maybe our anniversary is pretty good, actually.
Yeah, yeah.
Not bad, now that I think about it. And like, Fate Grand Order is
Ah.
like, spend money for a random 5-star. You know? And like, wow, ours is pretty. We get to select one. That's not bad.
Mhm.
So
So
I guess we
okay,
compared to the others, it's actually okay.
that's why Genshin's on top of the chart all the time.
Yeah, guys, maybe if we treat our community even worse, we will be as big as Genshin.
Yeah, take notes, Smallgate. Give us less. Like, make everything worse. Give us less. Make more money.
No.
No
Yeah,
E7 World Championship.
Yeah.
Remove RTA. No more PvP. Only PvE.
Maximize profits. Your
Part
next
of
order will be
maximizing
at an all-time
profits.
high.
I think they
making-
can. Yeah.
Make
What is it called,
OP
job
characters
there, Jenna?
every time.
Yep.
Okay.
Version 2 Hyung in different elements. Yeah.
Yes, genius.
So, something before we get entirely off of the topic of E7, Gclef, I have to ask, how did you come to, and how do you feel playing 4 E7 accounts? Because I booted up your stream one day and I thought you were just simulating the same screen 4 times on accident or something, but no, that's actually 4 of the same Wyvern run with the same team across 4 accounts.
You also stacked Moonlight bookmarks across 4 accounts and started like spam pulling.
I spam pulled. I was almost drunk on my birthday, and then I just pulled most of it though. Didn't really get lucky with it, but it was fun. It was fun. It felt like I was in maybe like another space, filthy rich. Gclef just pulling everything. It was actually really fun. But even with that, I still didn't get much of like Opsig and Emma Lilius. Not Emma Lilius. Emma Sermia. I'm still slightly bummed about that. But yeah, 4 accounts. The reason why I really started, so I started one when, again, I remember the timing as when Cerise came out.
Okay.
And then I did not have SSB. And well, just going back to, and then I was watching all these YouTube content about Epic 7, and then, oh, there's this hero, SSB, like, she's my waifu, like, I really want her. So, like, she's limited, I know. So, when the heck am I ever going to get her? So, I make another account. So, I'm getting a free pull every day, right? And then if I have more accounts, I'm
Dude, what the
doubling,
hell?
tripling, quadrupling my chances for any other heroes like SSB in the future, right? So,
Okay.
True.
I should make more accounts, and then I was trying to make more accounts up to like 5 and 6, and then my computer couldn't handle more than 4, so I stopped at 4.
Okay.
Wow, free to play reroll, like Jesus.
Does your wife know about SSB?
Oh yeah, yeah, she does. She also knows all these puzzles and how I'm actually like super into Epic 7. She's actually
you are
really happy.
Like, unless you just framed all that stuff up just for like the podcast to be like, yeah, I heckin' love Epic 7, like right before, you're living a lie. Yeah, you really are into Epic 7, even though you're not working for Smallgate. So
yeah.
Well, yeah, I've been playing the game for a while, and then the moment like last year when I got the first call for the Epic 7 World Championship, I was like, whoa, really? It's as a like pro caster, pro commentator, it's one of the best things to actually get a call from the company that with the game that you're really into already. So first of all, you don't have to study much because you know the game so well. You know the game somewhat, and you know all the memes. And if you know the memes, the broadcast is just so much better.
It feels so much more authentic and organic.
Was it
right?
random chance that they contacted you, or how does that kind of stuff work since you're freelance? Do you like put out your information, like what games you play and other stuff like that too?
So I go to career on a Smilegate website, and then I scroll down. No, that's sort of not the way. So the one who recommended the one who recommended Epic 7 to me was another Korean commentator, and then he's like, he was talking to me about this, like anime otaku Summoner's War.
Okay, all right.
And then I was sitting down with in a cafe with him, and then he made me download, and then I go through the tutorial, and I think it was either Gise. It was just a lot of booba, And then I immediately deleted like an hour after.
Good work.
Yeah,
You
good
have the
work.
And then I
past.
come back home, and then it was like the beginning of COVID, so I had nothing else to do, right?
Mm.
Literally nothing else to do. I couldn't go out. I couldn't do much. I couldn't go out and drink with my friends. So, and then I went back and was like, maybe I'll really give it a try on this game. And it really started to grow on me. And then I saw the chances for a free summon every single day. And then that was like the click.
Yeah, it's the free stuff that always gets you.
Yeah.
Alright. Do you
yeah,
play
and
other
then-
gachas?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, to continue on the story. And then I think they were also looking for a caster who could actually speak in English in terms from the Smilegate side. And then I don't know how exactly happened. And then I just got a call one day.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, those stuff I don't actually know what happens in the middle, but since I think I'm somewhat known for the Korean community in terms of like memes and stuff. Because there's a huge meme in Korean community because I don't know if you guys play much of a PC game. There was me streaming, actually like crying on stream because I used to cast Heroes of the Storm. It's a Blizzard game, and then one day
Really?
they literally like big thing happened. Like, do you guys not have phones? And then they literally canceled the entire global esports scene with Heroes. And
Really?
they just, and then I just got the news on that morning. It was like a notice, like even the staff and all the players, all the casters didn't have the heads up. It was like a news on the website on that morning, and then
Wow.
I streamed and I cried so hard after drinking a lot of alcohol, and a lot of Korean esports people actually know that as a meme, and they know my face at least if they don't know who I am. So I
Really?
think I'm known as
The
that
crying
person.
guy?
Yeah.
Wait, do you have a link to the, like, image or
Oh,
GIF
you
or
wanna
whatever it
see
is?
Gclef
I wanna
cry?
Yeah,
see-
sure. Like, it's kind of nasty because I'm like actually like crying on stream. Like, wait, give me a second. It won't take long.
Wow. You know, becoming a meme is a good thing, though. Then your face is out there. Everybody
Free
knows
PR,
you.
man.
That's a good thing.
Here I'll put it up on Discord.
Yeah, New's job is to make memes, and you created a big Korean meme.
Wait,
All by yourself.
Jenna, if you can you post it in either mine or your chat, and I'll go ahead and pick it up because I can't.
Oh, okay. This might kill my camera. Let's see what happens.
Because that was the game I put in the most work, and I really felt passionate about Heroes of the Storm, and then one day it just all disappeared.
Oh my God! Wait, it's like a literal reaction GIF.
Yeah, that actually really sucks.
Oh my God! Yeah, I thought it was gonna. I don't know what I expected, but it actually was so. Wait, that's so.
I don't know why it's so like laggy, but like.
Yeah, I think it's because of the server. It's the image is up on Korean site.
Oh, there we are.
Oh, there we go.
Oh my God.
my
Yeah,
God, that's actually really sad. Oh my God, I kind of feel.
Oh,
I kind of
Jesus,
feel
yeah,
bad for
that's-
showing it now. Jesus.
It's actually kind of messed up.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I mean, you seem to just be like rolling with it now, so. You know, I liked Heroes of the Storm. It was kind of a fun game, fun casual game to play with friends.
It
is
was
usually what I
supposed to
would
be the League of Legends killer,
do.
and guess who died first?
Oh boy. Wait, so it got closed down because of the whole phones thing with Blizzard?
I think it was like the aftermath.
Oh my
Of-
God. Basically,
because
so
they-
much hate towards Blizzard. They're like, okay, let's just close it down.
No, I think it's because I think it's all connected. After that BlizzCon, their stocks dropped like by half in like 1.5 months.
that really was like the worst thing I've
I think
Holy
that's the
crap.
reason. And then for next year, they can't have as much funding. And then like, what do we cut from the biggest fund? Like, what's our big game and what's our small game? What do we cut? What do we keep? And I think HOTS got, yep, right there.
Damn.
Damn, that's actually kind of crazy.
Do you play any other? So you said HOTS was like something you did like, but are there any like current gacha games you're playing? Or are you playing
Or
like?
any games in general.
Yeah,
What do you
yeah.
play?
I play a lot of FPS. I casted a lot of PUBG like a couple years ago. And I just like 2 days ago, actually yesterday, until this time, or for a few hours ago, I just casted Crossfire, which is another Smilegate, funny enough.
Oh,
Smilegate
okay.
FPS.
Crossfire is huge in China,
It's
right?
basically like Counter-Strike in China. It's like the biggest FPS. Yeah, I do a lot of FPS because so my dad, like, I do have a long story with this. So my dad, when I started to go into college, so I got accepted to UMD, and then my dad called me one day. I guess we all have to have one story time because I kind of saw what happened in episode 1. So my dad calls me one day. I didn't get kicked out of the house though, so he calls me, and then so we brought you all the way to US, and we're having a stable life. But I heard like a lot of American kids, when you become an adult, like over 18, like the parents don't support you anymore, and you're just free to go. And so your college tuition, like you get your own money for that in a nice way. And then I was like, okay, what do I do? What do I do from now on? Okay, Dad, like that's cool, but like what are some like can you help me out a little bit at least, so I can actually like go in and get some like scholarships or something? And then you'll figure out a way.
What?
It was so casual. It was like, you'll figure out. You're an adult now. Like, I just got out of high school. I'm still a senior. Like, and then that was exactly when I like started partying after getting in. Like, I'm partying, like skipping a lot of classes. Like after lunch, I'm going to Chipotle, and never back into school. I'm going back to my house. And then one day, this just drops on me, and then I take a semester off, just working like 4 jobs.
Holy shit!
Just to get money.
Jobs.
So I worked in a cigar shop. I was a volunteer at an autism place for the longest time, which eventually turned into a career. And then I was doing weekend work, and then I was tutoring SATs. So it was for like 6 months. And I actually got decent amount of money, and I didn't even know I could earn that much money by working that hard.
Damn.
And then where am I going with this? So after a year and a half, all those money, of course, it does go down, because when I'm studying, I'm using a lot of the money for other things.
Yeah.
And then I run out, and then I'm still playing games, and I was at the time playing FPS game called the Sudden Attack NA, and also Counter-Strike.
I actually know about Sudden Attack, but yeah, continue on.
And then there were some tournaments, like small tournaments, like community tournaments, like Counter-Strike, that gave like $500 and maybe some coupons, and like maybe up to like $1,000. If it's like big, it was like total prize was like 2.5K. And then I started winning a few, and I was like, this could be money. This could be money. And then I started like picking up like the best people so I can win all the time. And in like 6 months, I got enough money from those 2 games that I could pay a year and a half of tuition. So that's what got me started with FPS and esports. I didn't actually know that was like esports back in the day. I just wanted the glory and the fame and the money.
Wow, Gclef is
that's actually really cool. Yeah,
FPSs.
wait, you're actually like, did you ever consider going like fully professional, like gaming? And like,
even though I was like playing and getting money, I still didn't consider that was a career, because that was like 2009-ish, 2010. Yeah. So after that, I still didn't even know that there was this huge esports scene. Of course, I knew StarCraft because every Korean knows what StarCraft is all about. But other than StarCraft, I didn't know that all these other games had a lot of esports scene.
Okay. Before we move off of it, this is kind of just a question that I had, because Gclef, you know, he has like these re-rolling accounts and all that. And Jenna, you also re-roll. Are there any gacha games that you guys like have played recently, or you think like I'm kind of curious, is it worth it to have several accounts to re-roll on, or is it like, do you think it's always...
I mean, okay, if you're trying to start a game, you can re-roll on a bunch of accounts at the same time. I think having multiple accounts, though, I just personally would never really do it. But I don't know. I feel like it's worthwhile re-rolling if you're trying to go like pretty free to play. And usually, I mean, it's funny now I'm a streamer, right? But like, I was always free to play in like every game that I could possibly, right? Just always maximum free to play. I rerolled in Genshin for like 8 hours or something like that. It was terrible.
So how about you, Gclef?
It's tough. Like if I go back in time, I would stop myself from making 4 accounts because back in my days of no bulk promotion, freaking no bulk promotion days of 4 accounts, dude.
Oh god, yeah. Oh my god. Individually,
it
like
killed my
20?
time. Like I was like sleeping, promoting 1 each every single account.
That was
okay,
so
dude. I was actually sleeping.
Well, Epic 7 is kind of like a job in a way, right? And so you were trying to emulate the fact that you used to work 4 jobs by having 4 accounts, right? You're a very hard worker.
And it only took me like 1.5 years to actually find this function of synchronizing so I can actually click 1 instead of 4.
Oh.
And but off of E7, I think my first gacha game? Wait, when did Summoner's War came out? Like 2015?
Dude, like,
no
I don't know,
idea.
7 years ago or something.
It's either Summoner's War, which I played like 1.5 years, or Crusader War? Crusader Quest? What's that game? The pixel game. You guys not know what that is?
I am not familiar. No.
Yeah, it's pretty old. It's pretty old because I remember playing that game in like iPhone 6.
Crusader Kings? Is that
I think it's called Crusader Quest. Wait, let me. Crusader Quest.
I don't know if I know that one.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard of that.
Crusader's Quest.
Yeah, I think it's another Korean game. It was out in 2014. I think this was my first actual gacha
this
game.
does look like a whole ass gacha game.
It's like a pixelated dot graphics.
Yeah,
Because
wait, what the...
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I could show
It looks like
This
almost
actually
a
had
Maple
gacha.
Story-ish thing. Makes me think of Guardian Tales. That's what it makes me think
does
of.
kind of look like
Yes,
Guardian Tales.
exactly. So this is like the early version of Guardian Tales. This was my first ever gacha.
Wow, they even got the sky
It even,
stones,
wait,
man.
it even has
Ton
the
of money on
gems
this.
and the gold look like they're from Guardian Tales 2. It's actually like Guardian Tales.
Wow. I wonder if it's from
this
the
was
same
really
same
old.
producer.
And I spent a lot of money on this, and I barely had like $100 on my banking account.
Oh my god.
What the hell?
Pushing yourself to your limits, I guess. Jeez.
I don't know how you got to the point where I don't know how it like, hey, you know, you'll figure out the school thing and then you win a bunch of like FPS or something to get it to work, and it's like, yeah, I had $100 in my bank account, I spent it all on Crusader Quest.
Yeah, it's just
Gacha matters a lot more than the real life, man. It did.
All
It did.
ended up
There
working
was
out.
times.
So moving a little bit away from like the games, but rather more about esports. So how did you feel casting in E7 as opposed to the other games? You could probably, I mean, you just came from Crossfire, right? Like, how was that game versus E7 or any of the other games that you mentioned before?
So like FPS, like there's a designated map or set of maps that you know what's gonna happen. Well, you don't exactly know what's gonna happen, but you can see the movement and there's like a mini map for League of Legends, for HOTS, for lots of FPS. There's a map screen, so you know you have to have an idea of what's exactly going on. But for E7, it's a turn-based. It's very different in terms of esports. I know there are a lot of esports with huge RNG, so I think other games, like, I think we have to talk genres, like RNG games, as in like E7. I think one of the big ones is like Hearthstone. That's big RNG with the decks. I think that's a pretty good example. But like MOBAs aside, that's a lot less RNG with a Pharaoh game, no gacha. And there's FPS with no gacha because you only get set up items that you can use in the actual Crossfire. Crossfire. Some of the guns, like cash guns or expensive guns, has silencers on them, so you don't make the shot. When you make the shot, it doesn't. The sound doesn't go too far.
Is that a pay-to-win thing in Crossfire?
But like, in the real esports, you can't use that. You can only use normal weapon.
Oh, gotcha.
Wait, but they have like pay-to-win guns in Crossfire,
It's not
in the esports?
pay to win because you can actually use your in-game gold to buy the gun, and you don't really run out of gold as long as you play it up. but you get like cool
Okay.
skins.
So it's kind of like
Kinda like
unlocking.
Valorant.
I guess it's kind of like unlocking characters or something in like League of Legends or whatever. Like you can eventually unlock it, I guess.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get like really cool characters with like similar functions, and you get really cool skins that you like with cash. I think that's like the business model of most of FPS. Something like Valorant. Valorant is actually like doesn't really give extra functions because they already have a lot of skills for the agents and the in-game money system, but their skins are really cool.
Yeah,
so
Valorant. Oh my god,
Yeah.
there's a lot. That's a huge market that they capitalized on. Holy.
Yeah, I also wish Epic 7 also has like they should hire
Oh man.
like a
skin
team of people just working on skins. I think
Oh,
we
they
can
really
actually use a
should.
lot more skins.
That's
I
what
would
game's
buy a
missing.
lot of skins.
God.
Yeah, I think we all
biggest-
would. It's just
Right?
it's money that you can just make, and nobody has to like. There's no pay to win involved, right?
Yeah,
it's just like
purely
no one's
profit for them,
disappointed
I
or
feel
pissed,
like.
and it's
Mhm.
just there all the time, and people can buy it. I feel like people would love that kind of stuff. I'm surprised Smallgate hasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
Um,
think of course it's a lot of work in terms of design, I think. But I think there's a huge demand for skins, and their quality is also like usually really good. Maybe that's the reason they want to keep
Spread
their
it out.
quality up there. They don't really want to push the schedule so that the quality gets low on any skins.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here's something I want to ask definitely. Do you think that Epic 7 would be better as an esport with the ridiculous amount of RNG it has, like dual attacks and 15%, or without?
Oh, so
Would it be better as an
Oh.
esport?
you want to put me on the hot hot plate, okay? Oh, but for me, okay, I've casted a lot of different games, and I think a good example is maybe not a good example. So I don't know how familiar with you guys are with PUBG. It's
Oh, I
one
know
of the bigger
PUBG.
games out there, and PUBG for the longest time, I think almost 3.5 years, they had a separate mode for esports.
Okay.
And because esport, well, when you go into PUBG, if you go into Erangel or Miramar, the drop rate is actually pretty low. You have to loot like the first 10 minutes, 15 minutes, even up to like 20 minutes, just searching for parts and the guns that you want. But in the actual esports, because if you do that, you lose a lot of map awareness and control over the map, and also like really good spots.
Was it like up to
And also
race
there's a
so
different system with the circle closing in. There's different timing and the speed, and
Okay.
different loot systems. So there's all these people, like tens of thousands of people watching esports and saying, okay, PUBG's so fun. Like, that looks so fun. I wish I can be as good as those players and really like pin it down with my team. I want to find the best teammates and really be that good. Then once you get into the real game, you're just looting for the first
Yeah.
15 minutes.
Yeah.
It's just not fun. Not as fun.
Mm.
So because there's a huge gap between the esports mode and the actual, now there's a ranked mode, which is actually the esports mode, but that took a very, very long time. Very, very long time. So, and then I think a lot of people dropped out because of that gap.
Mm.
So if E7 actually dropped like the 15% for esports, or have a different system just for esports because of these RNG factors, I don't think it's going to be as good. I think it's just like tennis. If you see Nadal and Federer playing tennis 1v1, you can just go out and play the exact same tennis. It should
Yeah.
always be like that. That should be the esports, like the actual gameplay, not a different mode.
But so like, not a different mode. But what if they just? Do you think it would be
Removed
better
it.
if they removed
Like
like
the
dual
RNG
attacks at
aspect.
15%? Would that be better for the game as an esport? Like if it just wasn't in the game, or do you think it would be worse?
Maybe like lower it down to 10%.
I like.
You still
50%.
want that like chance to
Because-
like get hype moments?
Yeah, maybe, and also to move away from the 15% meme, which is still pretty big in Korea, and maybe not the entire removal, because this game is all about RNG. Like how, like a lot of my favorite moments and a lot of my, like a lot of clips were made from Shu, the 40% Shu.
Oh,
Oh
my
boy,
god, yeah.
And also Violet. We had a lot of double
oh
Violet.
my god, yeah. What
Those are all RNG. Like RNG is like built into this game. We can't just
really
remove
is.
15% and expect other RNGs to like work and not work.
They would
I
have
think
to
it's,
balance
like,
a lot of things.
as
definitely, if
a
they
whole,
remove
it's just there, and you can't just remove the 15%. I don't think, but it's actually really cool to have that resist. I think it actually somewhat, maybe not exactly because I don't know the stats, but balances out sometimes the gear gap that you can have. Let's say I'm versing Jenna. Of course, I'm gonna lose against him like 99 times. But maybe with the 15%, there's like 4 more percent chances that I can actually beat him.
Dude, you know what always happens for me is I always fight a player that's way better than me, and then I'm like, oh my god, I can win this one. I can win. And then they like dual attack and 15%, and you're like, bruh, what the like this guy would win against me 9 out of 10 times anyways. Like what the hell?
But
it always happens.
okay, as a guy who majored in stats, our brain is functioned
Okay.
to only remember the worst nightmares, not the good parts.
Okay, well let me tell you this. I have fought the player Suck like 10 times, and I would say he is infinitely better than me, but there were 3 games where I was like, oh my god, I could win this one. And then he 15%ed and dual attacked me.
That's exactly
Even
what
though
I'm
he
talking
would
about. You don't
but,
remember
like,
the games that you won because
I
of the
have a 0%
15%.
win rate against him. You don't understand. I have a literally 0% win rate because the 3 games I would have won, he got lucky. What I'm saying, it's not like I'm only remembering the ones that I lost. I've only lost.
wait.
And I'm mad.
Wait. So here's Gclef was kind of explaining it. But yeah, Jenna, because this is something that like one of the other streamers, like I think, if you guys don't know him, like you probably know him, Light, right? Light says this all the time when people ask him about whether or not they should remove 15%. He says that like all the whales will just like it's not going to be a competition. Like the top 100 players are just all going to be like the hardest like shilling whales basically in E7 because at some point like there's no speed well even if you're just like just in general if you're to remove
all the RNG.
Yeah, right. Like it's just like a full like cash game, right? Or cash game, like a very pay to win heavy game. You don't want that, right? You just specifically don't want
Oh no, you don't.
the you know the 15%ing off of like effect chance, right? To be clear. And I mean, assuming that's the case, like I don't know. I think 15% is definitely really frustrating, and I think there's definitely players that like you kind of have to. I feel like a lot of E7 players kind of have to like absorb this cope into their brain where it's like I didn't need the 15% to win anyways, or like they play comps that are so secure that you can get like 15% in a few times and it doesn't matter. But I will say that there's been a lot of metas where like the 15% matter a lot. Right, like if you're playing Ran, you know, and your only win con is like death breaking the whole team, and all of a sudden you pull up and there's 0, you're like, and you can't fit in book or anything. You're like, wow, this like is the worst fucking feeling, like probably on earth. Like I would have won here if I hadn't gotten like you know this 15% or. Like, you don't reset. Oh, my God. With Faithless Litica being really popular right now, like, sometimes I won't reset, like, an Apocalypse Ralphie. I'm like, I
missed
dead.
a bunch of resets.
I'm dead, baby. Like, it really sucks. But I definitely think 15% is, like, the least of the grievances, though. Like, I definitely think that...
Dual
like,
attacks are the worst.
Yeah, like, dual attack is just the most, like, obscene thing.
Yeah, dual attack's 5%, and when you think about it, it doesn't feel like 5% because you only remember the 5%.
No, wait. You're talking about stats. That's 3 characters with 5%.
Yeah, 3 characters. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, I know.
So it's a lot bigger than it seems.
Maybe 15%. I think 15% is actually a little high of a percentage for the resist.
Yeah.
Maybe like 10 to 12%. As a guy who like kind of majored in stats, 15% is actually really high of a percentage.
I 100% agree with you, by the way, that we always remember the things that, like, do happen rather than, like, the good things as a whole. But at the same time, since Epic 7 uses real RNG, some of the craziest stuff happen. Like, unbelievable crap will happen. Where it's just, like, a game that had, like, pseudo RNG, it would never happen. But in Epic 7, it's like, this guy just dual attacked me, like, 8 times in a row. Like, how is that even possible?
It's
like isn't that the reason, like, why you guys... survive with the RNG? You die and survive with the RNG as the content creators and also to put up all the clips. Like without those RNGs, you just have a lot less of those fun parts, and also a fun part for the chat for sure.
It's not fun for me. Oh my god. Yeah, no.
I mean, okay, so we could talk about like 15% removal, and Jenna, you said like, would the game be better as an esports game?
Well, yeah, I was just curious what he thought, you know, since he knows about like all that kind of stuff. Like, is RNG good for the hype moments, and like, is it good for an esport, or is it bad, I guess?
So I'm curious though, Gclef, and I think Jenna, you
good.
touched on it a little bit. Do you think that the game would be better, like maybe from an esports perspective, or just in general, if we gave the classic incentive to play RTA, the RTA shop, something like a ring or whatever you want, like
yes.
Okay, what would your shop or what would your reward system look like, Gclef?
Because okay, first year and a half of my Epic 7 life was no RTA whatsoever, and then whenever there was like an event, I just clicked on. And I'll be super honest, I just clicked on and just left immediately just to get the reward and the event. And there were a lot of people who was faster than me, so I ended up winning a lot of those games.
Because they would forfeit faster.
Like, oh, dude, they're really fast. Like, they can forfeit real fast. I must have bad things or something. So, and then I literally before that, and then some people, and I went to community, they were talking RTA. It's like, what's RTA? Like, to me, from stats, RTA means road traffic accidents.
What?
Yeah, because in stats you learn RTA, and it means road traffic accidents. So, and then I go into RTA, and then I see the system, and there's a huge gap in the middle of every single, I guess, rank, from like master to challenger and above, and you hit master, there's a skin. Okay, first that was really hard, but after
my camera.
Oh,
wait, at least you're in a good phase though. So it's totally fine.
you're a happy face.
Yeah, after hitting master, I was like, okay, there's no big push required for me to actually go to like 2,000, and that was also the big reason why at the beginning of this tournament I was still around 1,700, because there was no need for myself to actually push. And of course, I'm only doing RTA on one account. There's no freaking way I do 4 accounts.
Oh my god.
I would literally have 0 minute of sleep if I'm pushing for that.
Yeah.
So they need a specific point for RTA. Every single RTA game you win, lose, you should get something. And off of that, there should be an RTA shop.
Got it.
Buy stuff from. That's like the first thing that should be added to the game.
And I'm gonna take a swing here and assume that you don't like. I don't think anyone knows exactly what the best form of the shop would be, like whether or not it should be like what rewards to put in it, or like how often you should be able to buy it. Because I think some people were afraid that like,
make it like Dave and Buster's. Have you ever been to Dave and Buster's? Like the tickets, like 15 tickets. There's like 1,000 things you can buy from.
Why is my camera not working?
Oh, there it is.
There's like PS Buy that requires like 50,000 tickets. That only takes like years.
Oh,
man, that takes like years of ticket collection.
One more time. Oh,
I think that might actually be an okay system to have this like mega shop with all these things that you can actually buy with the RTA points. Oh, I'm back in Jenna's room.
Hey, what's up?
Jenna, please get a new camera, dude. You're making
Subathon.
I don't know how much you're making.
I'm gonna tell you, it is
100%
Discord's fault. Discord is a piece of shit. And
you can buy Discord. I'm pretty sure you have that much money.
Just
buy Discord.
Okay.
And give me some stocks when you get.
The camera's working. Why is it not updated? What the fuck?
You can buy.
Dude, how is it so
buy
bad?
Discord, right? Just buy it. Like it's not too much of your total income, right?
Just buy Discord. Discord's
yeah, let
pretty
me just
big,
do it real quick.
Okay. Oh.
And maybe if you buy it, Cannaaaa and I we can get some premium stuff.
Oh, true. Man, dude.
Yeah.
Ooh.
The Discord, I don't even know how much Discord stock is, but that company is really big. Also, what's up, Mashu? Hello.
Oh, hey,
Oh, by the way, shout out to Mashu. I always do it in every single tournament because I never really get to talk to him in person because he's not the same region, the same time, and I'm actually a very shy person off camera, like incredibly shy person, like a AAA battery, like a small battery person. So I never talked to him in like real life. I also thought about sending DMs, but maybe that's a weird thing. So never really got to talk to him. But shout out to Mashu for keeping up the stream all the time. I love you guys.
Yeah.
I don't think he'd feel weird about a DM or anything.
You said sames, but I always shout you out too. Hey, esports love,
My
baby.
man, my
E7
man,
love.
right there.
Kind of like wrapping up this this like esports and general esports section. Do you have like a
What,
favorite
already?
game?
No.
Do you have like a favorite game to cast? Or do you have like a favorite memory of a game that you casted? Maybe even for E7. Like it doesn't even have to just be, you know, your general games. E7 maybe too.
Of course, E7.
It's my favorite game.
Now that Mosh is in the
and
chat.
Crossfire. By the way, those Smilegate games. Peace.
You're gonna cast a Lost Ark tournament soon too.
Oh, Lost Ark. I actually played a decent amount, but it's... And so I had to choose. One day, there was a day. It's either Epic 7 or Lost Ark.
Yep.
Clef, you gotta choose. There's... Lost Ark requires at least like 2.5 hours a day. At least.
Yeah.
And
Per
then
character.
eventually it came down to my waifu. I just can't.
Yeah.
But
Lost
there are
Ark.
a lot of games, other games that I do love casting. Of course, FPS blood is actually in me, so that will always be a thing.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like,
And-
what
yeah.
would you rather do? Would you rather work 4 jobs or level 4 characters in Lost Ark?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Of course.
Are you thinking about this? Wait. Are you thinking about if it's better to do Lost
No,
Ark
no.
or 4 jobs? Wait a second.
I'm thinking about back in the days when I worked in Cubicle. I didn't like it, so I think I'm fine casting any esports. I enjoy being the fact that I'm like a bridge that's connect. I always think of myself because I started esports as a translator, so I think of myself as a bridge in between like the real hardcore esports to like the general audience of everyone, and that's like my job here,
Okay.
still as a caster. And I do want to expand a little bit more from that position, but I always have that thought. And also, ever since HOTS closed, I never got to say goodbye to all my people, all the community.
Sedge.
Because the last broadcast, I remember saying, see you guys next time. I had no idea. I was so fucking clueless. I was like, see you
Oh
guys
my
next
God.
year, man.
Oh
And
my
so,
god. Feels
ever
bad.
since then, I have a different mindset. Like, this could be my last broadcast at any time. And then I put so much energy. Put so much energy every single time for maximum enjoyment. Like, without the entertainment, what's the show's about? You know?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That makes total sense. That's actually so sad though. The next stream is you drunk.
Yeah. It's
Right.
like aware. Oh,
Oh
no.
god.
So I guess we kind of went through all like the topics I had. So just random conversation, I guess, if you want to talk about
I do have to say, one of the best part during E7WC was actually like the rehearsals before the broadcast.
Yeah,
Like,
we
we just
did
talked
have
about
some good
random
rehearsals.
stuff. Like the first day, I'm like, okay, I remember talking to you guys during the Twitch streamer, I guess tournament, like just a couple of months ago. But the first broadcast, like the first rehearsal, I was like, hi Jenna, hi Canna.
Yeah.
Hello guys.
Hey, guys.
I'm called Gclef. Like
people
alright.
shy.
So we have a show together. So hope it works well.
Well, next one,
But
maybe we'll get invited back.
The best
and
part
then,
was making friends. Like we actually
Yeah.
got to be really close.
Yeah, it was a
somewhat,
good time,
and
honestly.
We talked about a lot of random things like SpongeBob and all that.
Yes, we did
Yeah.
talk about SpongeBob. We did talk about SpongeBob.
Yeah, all Peepo shy at the beginning.
Yeah, then really this season, not season, 2022 E7WC, I really felt like the community as a whole, there was so much love, and so many people actually like caring about everything. All this care and even the negative comments, like the feedback, that's all coming from care because they
want to see it better.
In fact, in their heart, they actually love the game, right?
Yeah. I mean, like, hey, this is what I noticed from, for instance, like Lakari's streams back in the day, right? It's like everyone in chat is saying fuck E7, trash game, horrible. Why are you playing this? Highest numbers when he's playing Epic 7, and they all play Epic 7, right? The people that trash talk Epic 7 the most are pretty much the players.
Yep.
Or the people that love the game. Always.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess kind of.
That guy.
I was kind of curious, actually, Gclef. Just a question for you. You watched, so you obviously watched like Phantom's interview. I'm assuming, right? And you chose this shoe.
Oh yes, I did. On my way to the wedding venue, I was watching it, and my real wife was like, "What are you watching?"
Okay. What was what would have been your choice for now? Seeing what he chose, like, would you have picked someone else
for the skin?
Yeah, for the skin.
Oh, that's hard, because I think all the players thought about this. I'm sure they have their favorite character, but it has to be somewhat used in actual RTA, right?
Yeah.
So, I really want to say SSB, but SSB never really comes out unless you're countering like Bellion or something.
He always gets banned when you last pick her, anyways.
Yeah. So I'll still say SSB because no one's gonna say SSB.
Okay.
All
right. How about you, Jenna?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to decide, because, like, if it's a character that already looks really good and you get a skin, maybe it's not that good, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it's better to get a character that looks like crap. Like, honestly, Shu is a good character to choose, because, like, I think she looks bad. But, I don't know, maybe Alencia could get a cool outfit or something, or...
Ooh, Alencia.
I don't know. I mean, Top Model Luca's my favorite, but I don't even know if I would want a new outfit.
Yeah, Top Model actually does look pretty good, for what it's worth. Like, that character... Like, her S3 animation and just, like, her splash art and everything is very nice. She also has really good expressions. She does also have really good expressions, I will say that. But,
there are a lot of characters that can actually get good skin. Like, she's a model, for Christ's sake. She can get a lot of different clothing.
True.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
But, yeah. Is there anything else? I guess, like, Gclef, if you have any questions for Jenna? Jenna, for any of the others? Or...
Oh... Did you guys? What did you guys? I don't think we touched on like the actual like reveal format. Like, did you guys actually feel fine about like the best of 3, like not qualifiers, and then like best of 5 double? I think that's I think do need to touch on that a little.
Should have been best of 5. I feel like
every single match,
and the finals should have been like best of 7.
Holy shit!
Yeah, best of 7 is actually not bad.
I think that would take way longer. But I always felt like it was kind of weird how so many people weren't being watched like on the streams, but we weren't even doing best of 5s. But I guess it would take a long time anyways.
Yeah.
Some of the matches were super sleeper, right?
Holy shit. Oh my god, during the initial...
Canna would fall asleep if it was any longer,
Oh my god, during the initial KR bracket, oh my god, the Solitaria Billion games that we had, oh my god, Billion versus ADS, oh my god, that was crazy. Yeah. What? I have a suggestion, though, or I have something that I wanted to ask. In terms of the actual format, I think it would have been okay if like the last matches leading up to like in the preliminaries, so like the final match to decide like who makes it, because you know it's 2 people that make it out. I think it would have been okay if those were best of 5, and then the finals like you can keep it the same way that it is, like best of 3 whatever, going through like quarters, and then the best of 5 finals had the reset, because then it doesn't feel like the best of 5 is like unimpactful. It feels like now you have like a best of like 10 basically, right? Like in the finals. I think that would have been fine, and that's usually like when Jenna and I did a tournament a little while ago, that's what I was thinking about doing too. Just so it felt like the best of 5 was meaningful. But yeah, I don't know how long like 6 potential like best of 5s would take in a day. That sounds like a lot.
So I think that was like the testing ground and somewhat of a middle ground, having those best of 3s in the middle to a lot more matches, but to keep the broadcast time within like maybe 4 and 4 half if
Yeah.
it went past like 3.5 hours. So, but best of threes, I'll be real honest. It should at least start with 2 bands each. Like that should be the minimum.
Oh yeah.
I think that really threw off a lot of players in round of 16.
God,
Yeah,
And the reason why we didn't get to see a lot of the good, like
and
big
then
names.
increase the bands.
Yep. I agree.
Right, at least make it like the RTA match, and then have best of 3.
Well, just
Yeah.
make
Having one
every
band
match
still was-
best of 15 or something.
I guess like when we have different meta, it might matter more or less. But having one bands each to start best of 3, and then you get first pick, then you just have so much more advantage with an opening pick. I think we're all the same page. Most of us are on the same page on that, and also Smilegate really, I think they really felt that was somewhat required to change that a little bit, because what if they actually expected those like bigger names to come out into the broadcasting matches? Like none of them actually made it, other than a very few.
Yeah.
I mean, for what it's worth, still, like, the people that ended up not making it, like, you know, Yunduan kind of killed it, and, like, because I know some people were upset, it's like, whoa, we didn't see GA, like, one of the players, and then, you know, Yunduan made it to fucking, you know, the finals, so that wasn't much of an upset. But, yeah, I don't even remember who took out, wait, KJ got eliminated by his editor, and I don't remember who took out his editor, but...
His ex-editor.
His ex-editor, yeah, and then no longer working with each other. But yeah, I think it would have been cool to see them. They did upload it though, right? If I recall, like all the VODs.
They uploaded some of the stuff, yeah.
Yeah, so
not all the games,
some of the bigger names, I think, not all of them.
Yeah. I think, yeah, it was a bit of a shame. I mean, I will say that there were definitely people I saw that, in slight, I guess, like favor against, having all like only the known like favorite matches like being shown. They were like, oh, like what about the players who aren't like content creators? But like at the end of the day, like, you know, what's gonna draw viewership is gonna be seeing the people that you care about, right? Like seeing like the Magic Cheese, like the KJs.
Not everything is fair.
Yeah, not everything is fair, but like it's for, you know, it's a means to an end. So I will say for next time, I hope we see more of that. Did we see Elf run? Oh, we did see Elf, right? It was Elf and Zodi, I think, or something.
Was out in second round, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was unfortunate too, but...
Yeah, he tried a lot of Arya, and then he was out.
for Elvage. But, anyways,
I remember
yeah.
that. Yeah, that's the thing, yeah.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I just wanted to continue just a little more, to... Comparing it to other esports, because this is actually, like, esports, with this much production and stage and all these players with RNG involved. A lot of other games like Hearthstone, they have a lot of different classes, different matches to sort of mitigate that RNG factor. If you play more games, we can it's not the best way of putting it, but we can filter out the better players. PUBG has a lot of RNG because of different circle shift, but having more games and having stacked up total points, we can eventually get better teams that are playing better at that weekend or at that moment. So maybe having like double round format for the qualifiers would not actually be too bad. I guess the broadcasting would be much longer if that happens.
Well, I guess they could just not show everything, but yeah, you're right. It would take way longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just what other esports are always doing. So maybe that will be a thing next year. I have no clue, but just throwing it out there.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, if that's it's been an hour and it's been a little bit more than an hour, and I'll talk to you about it later, Jenna. But anyways, yeah, thanks again, Gclef and Jenna, as always, for coming on. If you want to do your shout outs, any closing things, you know, your plugs, or Gclef, anything you're up to, if you want people to watch some Crossfire or where we can find you.
Yeah, shout out Gclef, the professional shooter player.
Yeah.
Maybe we can see you play a little bit of Crossfire or something.
So Jenna, I guess if you want to, where can we... Well, gee, guys, I wonder where we can see Jenna.
Well, you can find me on Twitch approximately all day, every day.
And Gclef?
I can't wait until Canna gets natural with his moving along to the next question.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, Mr. Host.
I gotta
so
say,
you
one
don't
day-
have training.
Connor's
One day in
really,
the
he's
future.
really stiff on this thing, right? You need to.
All right, give me some
just
pointers. Let me
So,
DM
so
Gclef.
before I do any shout outs, like, are you like what are you thinking? Like you like listening to the answers, like listening to the answer of the other two, and then thinking, it's like, when do I throw the next question? What's the best question? Like what do I do now? Are you actually actively thinking about it, or are you just throwing whenever I'm done talking?
I'm thinking about it when it doesn't sound like you guys have any more to add. Because, like, you know, we can only beat a horse.
Because you see, here's
for
the
so
thing,
long.
Connor. It doesn't need to be too official or anything like that. You could just be like, okay, and then
Yeah, it
like
doesn't
then you ask
sound
the
as
next question. You're like,
natural
oh, so what do you think
to
about
me.
like this thing then? You know,
Cut,
instead of being
cut
like,
this from the VOD. Cut this from the VOD.
everybody,
this is my
I have an
training.
announcement to make. I
No,
have
you
the next
can't
question,
cut this part.
everybody.
Anyways, no, okay. I do appreciate the feedback. Obviously, I mean, yeah, I just don't want to like. I kind of want to make sure, you know, no one's losing their thoughts, but I also don't want us to just have too much dead air. That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah, just make it a really natural conversation. I think is the best way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we had a lot more natural conversation during the rehearsal, and a lot of fun topics, by the way, which I can't exactly remember, but maybe some of the stuff were. No, I think we said a lot of stuff, just random stuff, off the air, that can always be brought back, which I just don't remember the topic because it was so random.
We were
I
talking.
mean, yeah, it was random stuff.
We were
completely
talking about
random.
some of the Asia players, if you know what I. Or plural Asia players. Jenna, if you.
Wait,
And I
talking
remember
about a lot
Cannaaaa
of-
was telling me something else, not just the chopsticks.
I didn't sell you anything but
There
the
was,
chopsticks.
there was one more thing, like, and then I was calling him out. I'm not buying this one.
Wait,
The
did
salesman.
I? Was it? No, it wasn't a bidet, right? I know we talked about. Did we talk about a bidet at one point? I think I was talking to someone about a bidet. But I think bidets are really common, right? In Korea, anyway. It's not
Yeah,
really. something
bidets
that's-
are really common. It's in, I think, every. I don't
Most
know
part.
what the ladies' toilets are, but it's in all the men's toilets for sure.
Damn. Wow, I'm living in squalor here in the U.S. This sucks.
But I don't actually enjoy using the bidet as much. Like outside at my house it's okay, but outside it feels kind of weird.
Yeah, because like everybody uses it. Or
Because
something
it's-
like.
and also because of that, there are people that like cleans out the filters like every other week or a month. There's people from all these bidet companies that actually come and fix all that stuff whenever it's broken, and they clean out everything. But still, it's like
So
kind of weird feeling to actually
Yeah.
use that.
okay,
in
I'm not
public.
gonna try and advocate for. Look, I'm not trying to advocate it in general, like, because I think they do the selling on their own. But I would never really encounter bidets in public because. I mean, if it happens, it happens, but I don't really try to take a dump, you know what I mean, in public.
the
I've used
hell are
the
we talking
urinal.
about?
But anyway.
Really? You hold it all the way?
No, I just don't. I kind of put myself out of positions where. Okay, first off, I don't really go out that much anyway. But, like, I don't
Yeah,
try
of
to put
course.
myself in a position where, like, when I'm out and I know I'm going to be out for a while, I eat foods that will, like, upset my stomach. So, like.
But there has to be a moment.
Anna is right now.
Like you're driving back to your house, and you just have to go. And then
Yeah,
there's a
Connor-
gas station that says toilet on it.
I would never stop at a gas station. I
Anna
would never.
apparently
That says
he
WC.
only ever poops when something upsets his stomach, and he just holds it in until
Wait,
then.
wait,
and then he gets like Taco Bell or something, and then that's the only activator.
I will say, look. I have conditioned my body to go use the bathroom, like in the morning and then at night. So it's like always a cycle. So like I don't usually have this intermittent in between. Or if there's like, oh, I'm about to go whitewater rafting, or, you know, I'm about to go on a hike, I'm not like, oh, better eat Chipotle before I start. It's just, you know, I feel like you can kind of help it. I think I explained the story about Chipotle, why I don't get beans.
You're trying to get away with this. There has to be a day like you go to Jenna's house, and you guys are just casually drinking beer, and then
Okay, wait.
You just have to go.
I think it's different if it's at someone's house as opposed to like. Okay, look, I feel bad that I do it
Hey,
at someone's
Canna,
house.
use my bidet. I have it just for you, man.
But it feels really weird if it's like at a gas station. I'm like, ugh, like not feeling this. So I don't even want that potential to happen. So I just like if I'm gonna be out for like 8 hours of the day or I'm not going home, I'm just not gonna eat stuff that upsets my stomach. I'm just gonna be like, oh,
really?
Pass on the cheese, pass on the beans, pass on like the sour cream or whatever, like, you know, whatever, the garlic, right? Like I don't know, it's not that crazy. Like you go on a date with someone or like,
no wonder why you have no
boys.
friends, man.
Okay, man.
No.
And how Canna really attaches with somebody. Yeah, he goes on a date and it's like, can I use your bidet? He's like, yes, you can. Really special thing.
Like, would you like to try my beans? I cooked it just for you. Like,
No, Pat.
I can't.
Who
I'll pass on
brings
that.
public beans, man?
It like I cooked it just for you. It took me 3.5 hours.
What a topic. But anyway, yeah. You know where to find Jenna, Gclef. When's your next Crossfire stream?
It's on the official Crossfire official channel on YouTube. It's actually CFS Esports. So
CFS
if you want to check out
okay.
if you want to check out, and most of the viewers, I think it's like from Facebook gaming. There's a huge demand from Facebook gaming that's also live at the same time. It's also on YouTube if you want to check out any FPS. But I gotta tell you, it's a long broadcast. It's like minimum 6.5 hours.
Minimum
and it starts,
6.5 hours.
And it starts at like 1 a.m. here.
Oh my god! Wait, 1 a.m. for you guys is probably like it's like 1 o'clock for America, right? Or
1 a.m. here is 1 a.m. here is noon Eastern time and -3 Western time, because we're casting from here but doing EU MENA. That was last weekend, and then next week it's South America, the Brazilians. So that's the big, and the time zones. And 2 days ago, I really felt like, oh, this must have been what Canna felt.
Yeah.
I'm drinking hot sticks, the Red Bulls, and all that to keep you awake.
The stuff you cast is stuff that you really like.
Yeah. I actually turned down on some of the games. I know you guys touched on like the gaming companies. If you guys want to go touch on the gaming companies, we can maybe have another session on the Korean gaming companies.
Okay.
Because I have a lot.
Could you speak into the microphone? What games?
Yeah,
in particular?
specifically. Can we also get your fingerprint and maybe a signed signature, maybe?
On
piece of paper
for the next podcast.
Next podcast, okay.
Oh sure, here, right here. There it is.
You'll have to be completely anonymous for it or something like that, right? Like it'll be a black screen or something.
Yeah, and then the distorted microphone or whatever.
Yeah, sure. Just have the same room and just pixel me out.
Yeah, there we go.
But yeah,
just say something. Yeah, and what was I saying
about the gaming companies, things that you do.
Oh crap, my camera.
Oh.
Yeah. By the way, Jenna, I think before this podcast and next podcast, you had enough time to buy Discord, right? There should be enough time.
It only takes like
some chat.
I don't even know if it's my camera, but like I'm gonna get a new one, but it's only Discord that has problems with.
So if you get a new camera and put one on stream only, and put a different one for Discord, that usually works. The cameras take a lot of resources to your CPU. You can't really use it both. I think that's the reason why. Let's get a new camera, for God's sake.
I'll get it.
To be fair, like the quality of his old one is not like terrible. It's just it has this bug. Like you can see on the screen, like he doesn't.
It's so
look
weird.
bad.
It's only with Discord. I wonder why.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like you can ask the Discord people after you buy it. There's plenty of staff that can answer that question.
I looked up like a bunch of stuff to try and fix it. I couldn't find it, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh well. I'll get a new one just for you.
Okay, thanks. I'll make sure to watch all the podcasts, and that's Crossfire if you want to watch some FPS. And since I'm done with the wedding, and no honeymoon yet, but still the week after the wedding, it's the aftermath of the tornado, of the good tornado.
Yeah, don't let your wife hear that.
Someone's listening out there. So, so it took me a week to collect everything and organize and say goodbyes and thanks for coming to Korea. And it took me a week so I couldn't stream at all. So, but I will be streaming much more often whenever I get a chance. So just
Okay.
come to my stream whenever you can and just say hi, and make sure to just say hi and just come by whenever you have some time.
Gclef? Yeah.
Yeah, and help me grind until 3,000, please. I'm still at 22-ish. I just hit 22.
You'll get there. It's fine.
Hey. Good luck, Mr. Gclef.
Only if 50% works for me. And that's about it for me. If you guys don't have anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Great episode, guys. Thanks again for tuning on. I'm gonna pop out of the Discord now. Thanks again. I'll see you guys all next time. Take it easy. Bye-bye, guys.
Yeah.
Jenna is
I'll see
waving,
you.
I'm sure, if you could.
Oh yeah, I'm waving definitely
yeah,
right
yeah,
now
yeah.
as we speak.
Bye.
Bye.